for you and me, this is one of the best opportunity, really, that happened to be given to us, like once a blue moon. Honestly, have every possibility that you can make attempt to become fully enlightened. Number one, basically, to know about it, to know there is a state that called total enlightenment. To know. Number two, not only to know, like looking at the Smithsonian or something, but it is real that you can really have it. That enlightenment is not exhibited in the Smithsonian showroom, but it is valuable in the General Motors dealership. You can pick it up and use it and drive by yourself. So that is really a real possible. And so which is very little people will know anyway. It's a sort of very well-guarded secret of enlightened beings. Somehow it sort of comes out here. That is possible. Many different traditions, you look at it, they will present that as some object of worship. Some object of worship. That you cannot touch it, you cannot reach it. If you make an attempt to reach there, to become that, you're crazy. You're going to be burned, you're going to be washed away, you're going to be washed in the air, you'll be thrown in the storm and all that sort of thing. And it's just made untouchable. Though the untouchable is not used at this level. So the Hindu traditions use untouchable as the lower caste. But it's really made into untouchable. It's a simply object of worship. But many Mahayana Buddhism comes out and tells you, hey, that's not for exhibition only. You can eat it, and you can drink it, and you can digest, and you can get a nourishment out of it. So the Vajrayana comes out and says, hey, it's yours, take it. If you can't take it, too bad, it's your bad luck. Otherwise, take it. That nobody owns. Nobody owns. There's no ownership. Anybody can grab. Very funny saying in old Tibet, just popping up on my head. So that is interesting, and Americans will like this. In the Tibetan Buddhism, as well as particularly in the Gelugpa tradition that we follow, what do we call it? Yellow Hat sect. The highest position that one individual could go is the throne holder of Tsongkhapa, so known as the Ganden Tiba. So the Ganden Ti, and that's the throne, person who sits on the throne is called Tipa. So it is sort of office they'll occupy, 7 years of tenure they change. So the saying is this: if any kid have the intelligence and the capability, if anyone have the intelligence and capability, there is no ownership for the throne of Ganden, so you can become Ganden Tipa. So it is very much like a democratic, almost like the presidentship of the United States is, anybody could become a president as long as you are born citizen, not naturalized. As long as you're born, yeah, it's true. As long as you're born citizen and you're eligible. And so it's very similar to that. So that not only that, in the Vajrayana, it is so funny. And many of those Vajrayana systems and customs are very similar to the democratic systems. Many, I don't mean the Democratic Party. I think it's a small d, right? Not the capital D. So anyway, so it is really made eligible and possible and accessible to all. So if you really look, let's not talk about other traditions. Let's talk about even Buddhism alone. So as far as we know, in the United States today, you do have a very popular, you do have a Zen Buddhism. And then you have some kind of a little bit of Theravadan Buddhism. And then you do have those part of Mahayana. Zen is a part of Mahayana. But part of Mahayana are those meditation groups, inside meditation and this and that, and all of them, including John Kabat-Zonn's and all of those. And all of those, if you look at them, they're fantastic. There are many of them. So many ways of serving, many ways of helping, improving being physical condition, mental condition, emotional condition. There are many ways, but none of them presents as possible that you can become total knowledge. Total knowledge. So when you're looking at it, the Mahayana is the only one who talks about total knowledge and the possible to be able to obtain it. And the Vajrayana is the only one, only as far as I know, maybe my knowledge is very limited, so I could be very wrong. But Vajrayana is the only one who says you can become total enlightened if you are lucky enough, if we have all things right, even within our lifetime. So that's something very unique. I'm sorry because that was not my intention of talking today. So, but sort of it went that way. By my intention of talking today is to bring on the subject of again back. These are the reasons why we chose Four Noble Truths. Out of those, we tackled enough with the first Noble Truth. Out of that, we also tackled enough with the second Noble Truth. Both the first and the second Noble Truth is cause and effect of how we get into continuation of this not necessarily fully happy life. Sometimes it's very unhappy, but sometimes it's okay, but not happy, not joy. But now the last two, truth of the path and the truth of the cessation, sort of taking the fourth one before the third. Third is cessation, fourth is the path. So let me just do this. The total enlightenment, total knowledge, what I talked briefly, is about the third truth. Third truth is, if you put effort, if I put effort, what do I get for me? It is a good old American slogan, what's in there for me? So the answer is enlightenment, total knowledge. So you say, what's that? There's nothing that you don't know. Interesting, people think about it.